Did you just come from Laurel's room?
Oh, yes. Your friend is in there.
Is there any news?
Laurel opened her eyes again, but she's still unresponsive to stimuli.
Laurel's so bright, it's shocking to see her like this. Is there any chance she'll have brain damage?
Laura's showing signs of progress. She's moving her fingers, moving her eyes, but it's still too soon to tell how she'll progress.
What you're saying is she might not get it all back.
That's right.
Well, thank you for giving me hope.
Okay.
Yeah, that's straight on. That's good. Well done.
Now, I don't know. I mean, what we could do for that poor girl. Like,
What on earth? Grandma! Look, Grandma! We're making a castle.
Oh.
A real castle.
Oh, really? Oh, my. Yes, I see you are. And right in the middle of the living room, too.
The boys are being very, very careful.
Are you two out of your mind?
Now, Ma, before you blow a gasket, I promised the boys that we would make a castle. A promise is a promise, and it's like Siberia out there.
Yeah, well, isn't there room enough for a castle in that 5-car garage with a supersonic door?
No, it hasn't got supersonic heating.
Well, I do seem to remember some very attractive down jackets in a lovely shade of blue.
Well, Ma, you can't exactly wield a hammer under 11 pounds of goose down, can you, Dad?
No, you can't.
Couldn't you wait until spring?
No. Ma, I promised them today. You know? And a promise, like I said, is a promise. I mean, there's always a reason or excuse for doing it some other time. Whether it's warm weather, or baseball season, or the school holiday. You know, we gotta build our castles the best we can, whenever we can. You know? Even if it means doing it in the middle of on a school day, in the middle of the living room. So what if we make a mess? We can always clean it up. Hey, who's gonna remember the mess in 10 years? How much do you think Gloria would give to see Anna make a mess like this someday?
So, that answer your question?
No. No, I have one more. Do you think you could use a couple of grandmothers on this project?
Well, what are you waiting for? Take off your coats, grab a hammer, and get to work.
Oh, the
All right, guys, this is a game plan. Junior, go help Grandpa Joe with
Come here,
flowers.
Jamie.
We need to make
What
flowers.
can I do now that...
Jamie, go over there and help Grandma Opal.
I got a hammer.
Somehow we got to figure out how to put a drawbridge in this thing.
Okay.
It's just so hard to get Daddy's attention. I think that's why I was so thrilled about this. He let me be his assistant. I carried in the wood, I collected his tools and stuff. He actually seemed to notice that I was there, which, trust me, did not happen too often. The stupid thing was the one thing that I had any interest in that he seemed to care about. Or pretended to care for about a minute.
What was it supposed to be?
It was a puppet theater. Our daddy made puppets out of pine. I was all set to become the Rodgers and Hammerstein of the regional puppet theater. Pretty stupid. No. Face to face, I couldn't say much to him. I don't know why, you know, I loved him, but I just felt so shy around him. But I thought maybe behind the curtain, I could show him finally what a wonderful child I was.
I bet you would have dazzled him.
Well, never really happened. He took off before it was ever finished. I'm sorry.
Hey, listen to me. You don't have to be sorry.
I've just been crying about my father for years. I just don't need to do it anymore.
Well, you just saved my big dilemma from climbing these pigeon holler walls. I'm gonna make you your own puppet theater.
Oh, you're a darling, but please don't, okay? I'm really past the puppet theater stage.
Well, you could give it to Junior.
No, he's got one.
Oh, you gave your baby a puppet theater because Daddy never gave you yours.
I don't need it, okay?
Put it in the basement, stash it in the garage. I don't mind, really.
Stop, no, please. I really don't want one. It's a lovely thought, but no.
And if I could go back and change things, Dixie. Daddy made you feel like nothing. If I could change it,
Look, that's really sweet of you. But I don't so much feel like nothing. I think I actually sort of feel like something.
Sort of? Sort of my eye. You're incredible.
It's freezing in here.
Yeah,
Let's
it is.
burn this junk.
That pleasure's all mine.
Hey, are you hot?
No, I think I just got a little too close to the fire.
Hey. Oh, you've got a fever.
No, I don't think so.
That's why you're so cranky this morning.
No, I'm just not a morning person, Dixie.
Well, it's
that's all.
already afternoon, and you have got a fever, all right? You're sick. I think you should go back to bed.
No, I'm fine. It'll pass.
So you admit you're not feeling well. What is wrong with me? What was I thinking? Why didn't I get it?
And then he took back his proposal. Can you imagine that? Well, of course you can. You were there. You heard everything. Why bore you with a blow-by-blow when obviously you were there. You knew. Well, you must be proud of me. I mean, I was very gracious. I was magnificent, Jack said. He couldn't understand why I was so calm. And neither could I, really. I mean, why wasn't I more upset? Well, okay, all right. You knew that, too. Because I wasn't going to. Still, I never expected Jack to take back his proposal. But I'm all right. I'm fine. Just alone. Oh, I hate to be alone. It's not fair. It's just not fair. Mom, why aren't you here now? Now, when I need you the most.
Hey, she opened her eyes again.
What do you mean again? How do you know she opened her eyes?
I overheard. Look, what you did was the right thing. If anything's gonna pull her out of this, it's getting her family back together again.
Well, that's my fondest hope, Trevor.
You're on the level.
Well, I told Erica, if that answers your question.
How'd she take it?
Like the class act she is.
I didn't think you had it in you.
How are you taking it?
I just want Laurel to be happy.
As Mrs. Trevor Dillon.
Forget it. I have.
You're still in love with Laurel.
I will have a great life with Jane.
Red alert! Red alert! Don't start with that. Everything will be fine if Laurel takes one more jump on the Glasgow scale. Your goose is going to be more than cooked. It'll be embalmed. So Laurel can open her eyes and move her fingers. I know dolls that can do that much. How many dolls do you know that can point their finger and shriek, Janet Green? Even if Laurel does wake up, she may not even know her own name. And then she may have total recall. You willing to take that chance? The odds are in my favor. Having fun in Fantasyland? Maybe you better snap out of it or take enough snapshots of Amanda to last you a lifetime. I'm not a killer. Well, your track record's a little iffy. But 1 out of 2 isn't bad. How about going for the best 2 out of 3? I'll never pick up another crowbar. My dear, there are tidier ways. You can't let Laurel recover. You've got to snuff her out before it's too late.
How long since your last dialysis?
Dixie, I'll be fine.
I want to know how long.
It's just a couple of days.
A couple of days? Did Dr. Rosenstein say it was all right for you to make this trip?
Yeah, he had a treatment set up for me down here.
Where? Four Corners? There's nothing there.
Elizabeth,
Elizabeth? That is miles from here. Dell, what were you thinking?
the storm set me back.
Tell me honestly, how long before this becomes an emergency?
Dixie, I don't want to push any panic buttons here. If I don't get hooked up soon, I'm in big trouble.
The last time Laurel opened her eyes, did you say anything to her? Did she say anything?
There she goes again.
What?
Right there.
Hey, honey. Hey, honey, it's me, it's Jack. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can't quite got what you're saying. Why don't you give it another try.
Jack.
Jack? Jack?
Jack, I'm right here, honey. Jack's right here.
Jack. Jack. Ned.
Will Cassie catch Andrew in the arms of her best friend? Find out on One Life to Live, next.